Glory be to God. My name is Rashad Johnson. I'm making this video because the video that you're about to witness is a past event. Today's date is October 24th, 2025. The videos that you're witnessing at this moment is in 2024. Now, my journey started in 2016, which I do have a testimony series if you would like to know more about me and where I came from and giving my life over to the Lord and why God chose me. And when I say He chose me to document my journey with my wife. During this journey, God done blessed me. He done taught me. I done learned how to cast out demons. I learned how to be righteous. I learned how to love. I learned how to become a new person through the Word of God. But when it comes to my wife, God had us go through trials and tribulations to build me up. I had to go through some spiritual warfare. I had videos that dates back to 2019 with me and my wife when we got married. And the first year we was married. And the spiritual warfare attacks happened that suddenly, where I noticed a lot of the stuff that I'm going through is not normal. It didn't make sense. There was no logic. There was lies and manipulation and deceivingness coming from my wife. A woman that loved God, that worked at the church, that was prayer lines and Bible study, and then all of a sudden it just stopped. I was already gave my life to the Lord. Me and my wife, before we got married, we didn't have sex. We didn't live with each other until we moved in. So I was following the instructions that my God, Lord, Christ gave me from a previous marriage before my wife that I'm with right now. But what y'all gonna witness in these videos is how I overcame, how I been doing the will of God. There is video, actual footage of arguments of me and my wife and her acting out in spiritual warfare, attacking me. But a lot of my videos is just me talking to you over the phone, giving you a rundown of a spiritual argument that I just had. Now, I didn't want to post my life over to social media and Facebook, but God was putting this on my spirit to do. And I fought with God. I didn't want to do this because I love my wife. I'm in love with my wife. And like I said, I didn't want people in my personal life. But come to find out, and when I realized this is bigger than me and my wife, this is bigger than me and my wife. It's for everybody out there that's watching these videos that God done guided to watch these videos. It's just a lot of my videos may not even be talking about my wife. I done had spiritual arguments with being attacked by the enemy with co-workers that I really did have relationships with, that I truly loved. My children, my siblings, my sisters, my father, my mother. I've been attacked from all angles, from my finances, my name being slurred. I done had curses put on me. And God had to teach me how to fight spiritually. I had to learn how to rebuke and bind, declare, decree and declare. I had to learn how to recognize these demons and their tactics and how they fight. What causes a person to allow the demon into to controlling them? The Bible's crystal clear. I do back up a lot what I say with the Bible verses in the videos. This is not about, let me show you my life in drama. This is showing you how God is maneuvering and how great our God is. He used me and my family, but he mainly used me to do his will, which is my purpose. Even though today, October 24th, 2025, my story is not done. My wife and I are in a divine separation where God had to separate us to correct things to get me and my wife equally yoked. And she been through some things. I haven't spoken to her, but you will see how God brings us back together. You just got to watch the videos in order. It's a lot of videos. It's a lot of videos. This is not a quick story. This is a teaching moment. God tells me what to say, what to put. He done use prophets to reach out to me and tell me what's going on with my wife or what to expect, how to fight the enemy. Like, it was people that I was underneath that went on the journey before me that is giving me the wording to understand what I'm going through and how to fight the enemy. But when you watch these videos, you will see the miracles, you will see the breakthroughs, you will see things that I said that took place with me that God told me this is not going to stand, and it did not stand. A lot of y'all may be going through spiritual warfare and don't even know it. A lot of y'all may be separated from your spouses and your loved ones, or you may not be talking to your loved ones or your mothers or your fathers or co-workers, and you think that it's just normal. No, you're being attacked. This is spiritual warfare. I talk about everything. And like I said, I use the biblical Bible verses to back up everything I'm saying. So I'm not going to make this too long. Continue to watch these videos in order. They are numbered from episode 1 to episode 300 and whatever. But watch how the story plays out. And like I said, if you want to reach me, my email is in the description. If you want to know more about me and my journey, go look up my testimony series. I love y'all, and I'm out. May 20th, 2024. This is a continuation from the last video that you just heard. And I want to continue and give a brief little recap. So my wife is upset at my son, my biological son, to the point she wants to put him out. Now, this is how the enemy works. Let's say, now my son didn't do anything. She's mad, she's in her feelings, and she's letting her feelings control her. The Bible tells us not to let our feelings control us in so many Bible verses. And one thing I know when it comes to God's word, if he's repeating the same thing over and over again, then there's reason to it. Okay. So this is on a Monday. So that morning, she tells me that she wants Rylan gone, right? But I'm ignoring her, right? No, hold on. Let me think. The night before, she said she don't want him in the bedroom. She wants him back on the couch. Okay. But you wanted him from the couch to the bedroom. Okay, so you all over the place. Meaning her emotions is controlling her. Her mind is double-minded, what the Bible tells us. Anybody that's double-minded, they're unstable in all their ways, right? And he tells us to stay away from those type of people that's double-minded it. So that morning comes, there's no arguing, no nothing. I go to my car and I'm sitting in my car doing something. I don't know if I was making a video or I was just in there doing something. And this is Monday. This is Monday morning. She goes to work. She don't give me no kiss, right? So when she left, I knew, I'm like, she on demon time, because normally it's, oh, you ain't gonna give me a kiss before I go to work, or here, come give me my kiss, goodbye. You just got in your car and you left. So from last night, when the guy tells us don't go to sleep angry, she went to sleep angry. So now the enemy is able to work on her mind during all that time that she's upset. And she's upset at me too. For whatever reason, I'm trying to figure it out. Because I said something to her that afternoon about gifts and, you know, her not giving me gifts, but you want me to have sympathy because my son didn't get you a Mother's Day card. I'm not saying that he was right or he was entitled. I'm just saying you want me to have sympathy. It's kind of hard to give you sympathy when you haven't done things for me on Father's Day, on anniversaries, on Christmases, you know, consistently for the last 5 years. So I don't know. I'm like, she still can't be mad about that, but maybe she is. So anyway, she goes to work. I go on with my regular day, doing what I need to do before I got to get ready to go to work. I get to work, I get a text message. She's talking about Rylan have to do the trash or something, right? And so I call. She's like, Rylan have to do the trash, and you know, I'm on my, and you know, I'm on my way, pretty much saying I'm on my way home to harass him, and don't bother calling me. So I call Riley. I'm like, hey, did you do the trash? He's like, it ain't my trash week. It's DJ's. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, why would she tell me that to do the trash? She ain't even home. How do she know that the trash is not even done? But I'm just contemplating all this stuff, right? I'm thinking it out. So, but the text, I didn't even really pay attention on what she was trying to say because it was misworded kind of wrong. So, but, you know, when I did look at that text, it's pretty much saying I'm going home to harass him. So she comes home, my son calls me, he tells me how Coretta, he's in the bathroom and Coretta's harassing him. He's yelling at her, she's yelling at him. I'm at work, I'm thinking to myself, what's that thing that could happen if he puts some hands on my wife, which is a no-no, he's gonna go to jail. She put some hands on him, which is also a no-no. She's gonna go to jail. So I call up DJ, I'm like, what took place, what happened? He tells me, my mom just came home yelling at Rylan. So I call Rylan, I'm like, dude, put your clothes on, get out. Took him about 20 minutes, right? I can't call Coretta from my job because I'm blocked, my cell phone because I'm blocked. She's blocked me, demon time. Anytime I'm blocked, she's on demon time. So I'm contemplating, do I have to leave and come home to split them up and get some order in this house? But he finally leaves, right? He finally leaves. I tell him, just chill until 10, then try to get back in the house. She'll be trying to put the kids and stuff to sleep. Don't even worry about it. I don't get home until 12 o'clock, right? So when I get home, I don't say nothing to her, right? We got to take our daughter to go get evaluated. We take our daughter to get evaluated by the doctor. Next thing you know, we leaving. I ask for a kiss. She don't want to give me no kiss, right? Like, she said something like, I didn't know you wanted a kiss. But I'm like, okay, this is weird. So when I try to kiss her, she don't pucker up. She just stands there. I said, okay, that's not normal. She's still on demon time. Something ain't right. What did I do? What's going on? Why is she attacking Rylan? Right? Because Tuesday comes, that same day. She tells me, how much do we got to give Rylan for him to move? When I get this text, I call her and I tell her, Rylan is not moving. There's no reason for him to move. What did he do for him to move? To the point it gets to, she's like, he don't have to move, but he'll have to move by the end of the month. I'm like, okay, cool. I knew it was going to die. Okay, cool. We'll do the end of the month thing. It'll die down in a couple days, blah, blah, blah. And see, this is when somebody's using the enemy and they're making you trying to make irrational decisions, it's never good. So let's say I'm backing my wife and I kick my son out, right? For no reason. He goes out in these streets, somebody shoots him. He goes out in these streets, he's angry, he's in his feelings, he hurts somebody. All because I fell for the okie doke with listening to a woman that's being used double-minded and wanted to support my wife or back her, even though I feel like my son is not doing what he's supposed to do, but he's being used by the enemy too. All these attacks is against me, right? So, I talked to her. She said, okay, by the end of the month, he got to go. Now, he ain't talked to her. It's about 5:30 on Tuesday. Guess what I get? I get another text message. Now, I spoke to her verbally. Now I get a text message pretty much saying the same thing that she texted the day before. I'm going to the house to pretty much harass your son. Don't think about trying to reach out to me. I'm blocked. When I try to call her, I'm blocked. Same thing's going on. This time he gets out the house a lot faster, right? But I'm like, okay, why do she continue to go at him and he ain't did nothing to her? I said, okay, it's like in the movie Ghost, right? Remember when they was on that dude's train and the territorial, that spirit? He didn't want nobody on the train. He didn't want no other spirits on the train. He didn't want nobody on that train. Whoever was on that train, he was getting them off, right? Well, that's how this demon that's controlling my wife, they're headstrong. They're going to do whatever it takes to get their way, right? So my son leaves. He don't come back to the house until late. When he comes, I'm already, he's already in the house by the time I come. This was Tuesday. So now we go into Wednesday. So I know my wife wakes up at 6 to start her day, get the kids ready, whatever. And now I wake her up a little bit after 5 o'clock because we need to talk. We need to know what's going on. I thought we said he ain't moving until the 1st. You're harassing him for the last 2 days. This is not normal activity. So we go into the guest room, which is this room right here. I'm sitting on this side of the bed. She's sitting on the other side of the bed. And I get to talking to her, trying to figure out why she won't ride in her move. She's giving me all this old stuff from way back when we lived in Riverside, before he was even 18. You know, oh, he ain't doing his chore. I said he missed. Okay, he missed. He forgot. Okay. I'm not saying that my son is perfect, but for you to want to put him out all of a sudden, you wasn't talking about putting him out when we was in Vegas. It's not until he didn't get you son on Mother's Day and you heard whatever he was saying to his mom, but he didn't say anything disrespectful and called you out your name. He just said that you feel entitled. But you want to put him out now. Okay. So me speaking all this truth and her trying to change the subject, she's like, I need to go use the bathroom. I said, nah. We ain't doing this. You ain't trying to end this conversation. We gonna finish this conversation and then you gonna end it. If you gotta use the bathroom, come on, let's go. We married, come on, let's go. You can pee and I could be in the bathroom. Ain't nothing wrong. So on our way to the bathroom door's open. Right outside this door, she tries to grab and bite my arm. She done bit my arm just a couple weeks ago. Had a mark on my arm. Where's it at? Right here. See it? See this mark? It's right there. Digged into it with her teeth. Bit right there. I got a mark on his arm. I always got marks on my arms. So with that, when she tries to bite me, I'm behind her because she's trying to bite me like this, and I'm behind her. So I grab her, right? And she falls to the floor. I fall to the floor. And I'm like, I'm on top of her, and I'm like, stop. You know how you've seen in movies when somebody's being a trance and you just trying to shake them? Like, stop this. Like, I'm telling her, stop, please. I'm begging to her, stop. We've been doing this on and off for like 5 years. When is this going to stop? She tries to get up. She falls in the so I get up. She tries to get up. She falls in the tub. I help her out. She goes into the bedroom. No. She's raising up. We in the bathroom. So when she gets up, she raises up the window, screams, help me, help me. I close the window. Like, you're causing a commotion. Like, all this is uncalled for. I ain't do nothing to you. I ain't hit you. I ain't never hit you. I done admitted when I did, and that's when our baby was born, and she tried to swing with the belt buckle and with a newborn baby in my arms. Like, and it was more like a swing to get away. Not like, I'm gonna beat you up. It was like, move, get away. I'm trying to protect this baby. Whatever. So she lifts us up again. Help me. I close it. She walks out the bathroom, goes in down the hall, goes into the bedroom, closes the door, lock the door. Now she's calling the police. I'm standing at the stairwell and I'm like, here we go. I can't believe that she's calling the police. Calling the police for what? Right? You try to bite me. I ain't put my hands on you. Blah, blah, blah. She opens the door. No. She tries to call the police. I get it. I put on my clothes. I go in my car. And I'm like, let me just go to the gym. I'm not going to be here when the police come. I'm tired of going through this. But then I turned around and I said, nah, because that look like I'm guilty and I'm running. So let me go park the car and I'll just wait out. And so I come back in the house. She sees me. She attempts to try to call the police again. I'm like, why are you trying to call the police? You just called the police. I heard you on the phone with them. So why are you trying to call the police again? I grab the phone. I toss it on the bed. She goes downstairs. She goes out the house, goes to the neighbor's house next door. Call the police. Call the police. I walk out like, and now I'm starting to film her, which is the video that y'all see. And I'm like, why are you trying to, like, You just call the police, and why are you harassing them? Like, why are you bothering them? My son, he says a couple words, blah, blah, blah. I walk down to the corner of the street. Here come the police. Police comes, 3 police trucks, about 6 officers or whatever. We pretty much chilling on the corner for like an hour and a half. And I'm thinking to myself, this ain't good, because all the other times she done called the police, they done left. They done told me just be gone for, a couple hours or whatever and let this die down. Like I said, I didn't hit her. She bit me and I yanked away, but I didn't hit her. I didn't hit her. I didn't smack her. I didn't hit her. I shook her, like, stop doing this. I'm tired of it, which should be innocent, but hey, who knows? So they get my story. They get her story. I'm asking after like over the first hour and 15 minutes, I'm like, what's taking them so long? Like, what's going on? He tells me they're divided. They're trying to figure out what they want to do. Meaning the cops, whatever she said on her side of the story, I don't know what she said, but I'm pretty sure it was a lot of lies, right? They said that her mouth was bleeding. And I'm like, how is her mouth bleeding when I didn't hit her? I said, is she got a cut on the outside of her mouth? Like, is it a slit inside her mouth? Like, if I hit her in her mouth, should her lip be swollen? Is her lip swollen? Nah, ain't none of this, right? So they end up detaining me. And I end up getting arrested for domestic. So I go to the jail. I can't believe this. I'm 45 years old. I ain't been to jail since I was mid-20s, 25. It's been over 20 years. I can't believe I'm in jail. So I'm in jail, waiting in there in the holding tank at the substation for about three hours, chained up, feet chained up, arms chained up to the chain around the waist. Like, I'm a real criminal at this time, right? But I've been very cooperative with everybody. So then from there, they take me to the main jail in Riverside. I get booked in, interviewed, talking to everybody that needed to be talked to, fingerprinted. Cooperative, everybody's cool, all the officers was cool. Finally get put into another holding cell. Now we got a couple other inmates in there. I get in there, everybody in there. It was one black dude. He ended up getting bailed out. And then it was me, and then everybody else was Hispanic. And I just looked at this opportunity like, and I'm going to continue this video. I got to get ready for work, but I'm going to continue the video.